我们开始了。The time is very precious. Okay, then we're just going to start it. Okay. Thank you for coming to today's emergency management training. And this is our instructor Tracy. Okay. So, brief introduce yourself. Okay.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you so much for spending some time about learning how to be safe and how to keep others in the community safe as well. Is English okay for folks, or do we need to be reading?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. I actually grew up in New York and was in New York during September 11th. And I learned a lot of things that day, unfortunately. One, that I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a plan with my family. We didn't have a way of getting in touch with each other. We didn't have a way of getting good information. I didn't have a way of getting from home to work. My workplace didn't have a plan. And for me, it was like I was a little kid all over again, where I just sort of felt like I was playing a game of tag, and all I needed to do was touch home base, and everything would be okay, which was not true. And what I did not realize is when the media goes away and the camera crews go away, people are still recovering. And that's what preparedness is about. We can't stop things from happening, but we can have some things in place.
Okay. 他说，当灾难来的时候啊，我很对不起，刚刚前面没有听到，但是后面他是说，当那些媒体啊，一大堆人啊，都来采访啊，然后都来关怀关心，但是当他们离开的时候，其实才是真正的，我们需要开始去怎么样应对它。
对 ，Tracy 刚刚开始就是说，他 grew up in New York， 他是在 New York 长大，他看了那911，当时他是不知道，因为没有一个 plan， 他们都不知道怎么去做，所以有 plan 是很重要的。
Yes, yeah， 那我们有几个人 ，Tracy 讲的英文都需要翻译的，有几个？OK。A couple of them need an interpretation. Yeah. So
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay, great. But we have some plans so that when something happens, we're ready for it. And so that we can handle things.
当我们有计划，我们有应对的计划的时候，我们就可以去知道怎么去应付、去处理。
When we know that our family is safe and that they know what to do, we can handle just about anything. But when we don't know if they're okay, that's really when our hearts start racing, our minds start racing. It's very hard for us to, figure out what to do.
特别当我们的家人，我们知道他们是很安全的情况的时候，那你就可以很冷静的来处理事情。但是当你没有办法把你的家人安顿好的时候，那你真的是六神无主，你不晓得应该怎么办。
You have all been given a book and a pen. And this is because I am not, and Angela's not we're not the only two working right now. You are going to be filling things out where there's a fill in the blank. Look through the information. If it doesn't make sense, when we get to the end, if there's questions, ask questions about it. This is the time for all of us to sort of learn and work through some of these things.
他说每一个人都有一个小册子那请你们拿笔出来。他说今天并不是只有我们两个在做这个讲座，在座的每一位都是那希望你们把这些空格需要填的地方填出来。那如果有任何问题的时候，待会儿可以发问。
Preparedness is up to all of us. Both at an individual level, as a family, as a community, at a city level. People need to be getting prepared at all of those different levels before something happens.
准备是非常重要的，你有个人的准备，或者是家庭的准备，或者是整个 city 的准备。
there's a few things up here that are important. Learning how to stay safe for different types of emergencies. And then talking about it, because oftentimes when we talk about it, it becomes less scary. But the two of the big things here is share the information. One of your homework assignments for today.
OK， 学习是非常重要的哈。那 talk 就是去讨论也是非常重要的。那再来就是分享 ，sharing。
So the homework, one of the homeworks, is if you learn something new today, share it with a family member, share it with a friend, share it with a community member who's not here today, because we all need to know how to stay safe.
OK， 所以分享是非常重要的啊。当你今天学到的东西，你可以跟你的朋友、跟你的家人，还有跟你的 community、跟你社区的人都分享的话，他们就可以学到你今天所学到的东西，虽然他们今天没有来上课。
Okay, so Washington State has the most different types of things that can happen of anywhere else in the country.
华盛顿州啊，有可能发生任何的情况，跟别的州比较起来，我们这一州任何情况都有可能发生的。
Yay!
Scary too.
Yeah. But what so basically we're gonna talk about all hazards, because the person that you contact in an emergency is the same no matter what the emergency is.
所以我们现在要来谈一谈，有可能什么样的灾难会发生。
The way that you get information will probably be the same no matter what the emergency is.
不管哪一种灾难发生，应对的方式差不多都一样的。
But we need to know how to be safe for particular emergencies too.
但是我们需要知道要哪一种那个灾难，哪一种紧急的状况，我们应该用哪一种方式去处理。
This week alone, it has been windy. It has knocked the power out. It has rained and flooded. And today it snowed.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, like every
光
day
是
in
这
one
个礼
week.
拜就经过了很多气候，比如说大风啊，然后把那个电啊停电啊，我们 Chinatown was out of power for about 2-3 hours, you know.
Yeah.
然后又下雪啦，然后又flooding又淹水了 ，yeah, all kind of emergency.
Yeah. And one of the things that we focus a lot on is earthquake. Because it's definitely the emergency that's going to be so big that if you prepare for an earthquake, you can handle a power outage.
That's right. 所以我们现在要针对这个地震，你要针对地震是一个很大的灾难。当你可以处理，你可以处变不惊，碰到地震的时候，那任何灾难对你来讲都是小事了，更何况是停电。
So, who can tell me how in the United States to be safe during an earthquake?
谁可以告诉Tracy， 在全美国哪一个地方，如果碰到地震的话是最安全的？
Outside.
Sorry, what was that?
In the lake.
In the lake. In the,
Empty ground.
on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, and-
Empty ground. That's
Empty
my
ground. Yeah. And so, how to stay safe in an earthquake is different in different countries, right? It's different in China, it's different in Mexico, it's different in the United States, it's different in different places. Because it's how we build the buildings and what are we building them with.
他说，我们每个人对于地震的安全，这个整个那个 definition 就是我们的定义啊，我们的看法是不一样的，就看你这个地方那个建筑物的架构、建筑物的构造是怎么样的。
And in the United States, we do something called drop, cover, and hold. And I'll show you.
在美国，我们是说赶快蹲下来，然后 cover 把自己盖起来 ，and drop,
Cover
cover
and hold.
and hold.
Okay.
他示范给我们看。
Here's my physical demonstration. You
What
wanna
do we call it?
他
Drop
用
down
身体示范给你们看。
to this part of your leg. So you're gonna drop down.
哦 ，drop down，蹲下来啊，
And you're gonna take your arms
你的2个手，
and cover your head and
Cover.
your neck.
哦，cover 你的头跟你的脖子，
If you have a table, you can go under the table and hold on to the leg as you do that.
哦，OK，那如果你有一个 table， 有一个桌子的话，那你就一手抓着桌子的脚，然后一手 cover 你的头跟脖子，然后躲在下面。
Under the table? But something.
It's a sturdy table, right?
Yes. Well, and you're going to talk about things falling, yes?
Yeah, some roofs so heavy, maybe crash the table, then
Yeah.
you will be in dangerous condition.
Well, so I'm going to talk about a few things about staying safe in an earthquake and why the standard for us is drop, cover, and hold in the United States.
他要讲几个解释一下为什么我们的原则是这3种啊。
In the United States, most of the buildings, like apartment buildings, homes, office buildings, are wood frame construction.
在美国，所有大部分的大楼都是木头建造的。
And wood frame construction is the best performing in an earthquake.
那木头建造的房子是在地震的时候是最好的
And it's
处理
not
方
just
式。
it's not just the wood frame. It's the concrete that gets poured onto it. It's the rebar, those steel,
concrete
the steel rods that go into it, and then they pour concrete. Wood frame construction performs very well in an emergency, in an earthquake.
OK， 他说那个水泥啊，还有那个金刚那个钢筋柱子啊，反而是最危险的，因为地震的时候它就会 crash， 会倒下来。但是木头它是最好的一个。
And because of that, we don't see a lot of building collapse in
所
the
以我
United
们
States.
在美国很少看到木头建造的房子整个这样 crash， 整个这样垮下来。
But what we do see is a lot of damage from the way that we decorate.
但是我们布置房子的东西啊，很多都是破损的，损坏的很厉害，反而是我们布置房子的东西。
So we will see light fixtures come down. We will see bookcases topple over. We will see televisions sort of rattle and shake off their stand.
所以我们看到的是你屋顶上的吊灯啦，或者是书架啦，那些东西掉下来了啊。
But that's why if you have a table, great, because the table will protect you. And that's why we say cover the head and neck, to protect that key area if those things are coming down.
因为这个桌子多少可以给你一点保护，而且你的手把你的头跟你的颈这里盖起来，因为这里是 key area 很重要的一些我们身体的地方。
Okay, and so, oh yes, the number one injury we do see in the United States is to leg bones.
最在那个美国地震的时候常常看到受伤的地方都是腿的骨头受伤了。
Because the ground is moving like this, or like this, or like this. And we don't know which way it's moving, but it's moving.
但是地震的时候，我们不晓得它那个地层是怎么震动，有时候这样子，有时候打横的，有时候是波浪形的。
And we all have this moment in an earthquake where we think, what is this and what do I do?
所以当事情发生的时候，我们一般都是非常的惊慌，然后不晓得 what to do， 不晓得怎么处理。
And when we don't come up with answers, we think anywhere but right here.
一般来讲，我们都想站在原来的地方就是最好。
And so we try to run.
所以我们很多人都开始跑
And as we're trying to run, the ground is still moving underneath us.